I know why you have come, false shepherd. I see every sin that blackens your soul. And of course, Anna. And now, to repay a debt, you've come from my land. But not all debts can be repaid, Booker.
That was the one who was chasing you, right?
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. That's him! Booker, are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.
Finally, everything comes full circle. And will the circle be unbroken? Maybe. But finally, I will get to this. We're going to talk about BIOSHOCK Infinite's demos. So let's get into it. By the way, at the Game Awards this year, we were shown a trailer for a game called Judas, which is created by Ken Levine's Ghost Story Games. I would really like to play this actually. It looks quite good. It looks like System Shock mixed with BioShock. I would actually like to play this because it would probably be a lot of fun. This is the reason I'll probably get a PlayStation 5. Just to play this game. I'm excited for it and I can't wait to see it when it gets out. It's also clear that Courtney Draper voices the main character, but yeah, can't wait for it. Well done, Ken. After the release of BioShock, Ken Levine was wondering what his next game was going to be after the awards that he won, after getting cool creative freedom. It wasn't until the art director drew this picture on basically doing another BioShock game, but above the sky. Ken loved it. In 2008, they started working on an early prototype. This is actually quite interesting because the game hadn't reached the United Kingdom yet until 2008, so yeah. Later on, they basically developed a full-on version with Elizabeth. This design of Elizabeth, I am really mixed on. It does fit a lot more into the time that this takes place in the kind of America, but I think she got more beautiful as they went along. Anyway, the game's first trailer was released in 2010, and this is where audiences discovered what Ken and the guys were working on. The game's trailer fools you into thinking that it's going to be another game set in Rapture. And sure, stuff around until the new world that Ken and the people were working on, Columbia. Our main character, we don't know who it is yet, and basically he falls down and it's on a blimp. The city is in the sky, different to Rapture. The place is basically filled with American patriotism, clearly valuing the American lives. Before our character can grasp everything, he can't hold on much longer and falls, until he's saved by this woman, until she is grabbed. BIOSHOCK Infinite is the title, and now we knew this was not like Rapture. The same year, a gameplay trailer demonstration was shown, showing Columbia as what it is. Oh look, a bell. Here it comes. So So it showed the city as kind of this American political, religious world back then, kind of like in 1920s, which is what the game was set in. It also didn't show splicers, but actual people and politicians at the time, and just people that lived in Colombia. It also showed not plasmids, but vigors, which was a new thing for the game at the time. I think people at the time might have actually got confused if these were plasmids, but they were later explained as vigors. We also got to see the skyhook in an early version of it. It clearly looks a lot more different and looks like something that you would use for tools. Maybe that's what it was originally going to be. It also showed that you could actually kill people on the skyhook, kind of like in the final game, but differently. As we're walking through Colombia, we actually get to find out who this character was. Her name was Elizabeth. This is the first time you ever saw her outside the demo. By the way, I'm actually just wondering something. The dialogue book that I've been watching for a while is heavily inspired by this version of Elizabeth and also this kind of version of the city in the story. But I have said that dialogue has nothing to do with this. We also see that Elizabeth has got powers but doesn't use plasmids or vigors. She basically just has usual powers. This is not, even though you cannot see Pinky, you can actually see them use telekinesis. This was their cut in the versions as replaced with Tails, but it doesn't really include the gameplay. We also get to see stuff like Handyman, which were basically kind of being teased as the big daddy of the game, since there was no big daddies in sight. This game does feel like it. There was also no mention of basically the technical element, which has actually been criticized by many people after the game was released, saying that this version didn't need to have a technical element to it, because that just created plot holes. Anyway, Elizabeth was basically your companion in the original version, but then as we go along, we finally discover why this game couldn't get made. Also, these are not actually technically the big guys of the game. This is.
That's him!
In 2011, the next demo was revealed with a new voice cast, as they replaced the old ones. This one being Courtney Draper and Troy Baker, as they're known to be. The game was now shown as differently. The gameplay was also showing some more things, and also has some really nice moments with these characters, as shown here.
Booker! Gold!
That's gold, like I'm the king of England.
But them investigating this place is halted when something starts attacking the building. Elizabeth is quick to hide, and basically she knows what it is, and Booker's kind of confused by what it is. Until... After the thing disappears, Elizabeth basically explains to our main character named Booker about how bad this is. Turns out when they were filming that scene, when they were actually recording that scene, they actually believed Courtney Draper in order to get her the reaction. She was okay with it though. We get to see a little bit more of Colombia, and it's a lot more whiter than the original version. We find a beaten up horse until Elizabeth starts using her powers. This is when we find out more about her power.
What did you do? What did you do?
Booker.
Close it! Close it!
Trying!
Close it now!
The reason they changed Colombia up a bit was because it was too similar to Rapture, which you can kind of tell in the first, and a little bit in this as well. They didn't want to just have a new game that was very similar to Rapture, so they created a city that would get destroyed by you. You were the cause of the downfall of the city. As you explore, you see a lot of posters on the Vox Populi. The Vox Populi was an actual real thing back then. Quite interesting.
Mr. DeWitt.
While walking there, we
There's
basically
something
see a lot
so
more
like
of the
that.
harshness of the city. We start getting shot at by the Vox Populi members because they recognize us, and this is when we discover some of the main mechanics. It's a lot more like Vector, but a lot more of action. And basically, Elizabeth can help us out by opening the stairs to help us through barricades and all that, and with guns and health, which is been seen in the final game. We start going to my sky here, we can start shooting all these bad guys down, and it's a lot like in the final game, but we'll get to what the problem was. We play all this, and basically it's like, we don't play it's the demo, and basically it's like, well, you're all shooting basically all these bad guys until you get up to the giant blimp. We get in there, we destroy everything, we kill those people, and then we skyhook our way down, literally killing everyone in violent fashion. We make it down to the thing to basically tell Elizabeth to a guy named Comstock until this happens.
Thank you. Stop it! Stop it! Don't hurt him! I'm sorry! I'm sorry. I never should have left. I never should have left. Take me back. Take me home. Please.
So, I might as well actually just get this over with. When BIOSHOCK Infinite was released, they came with this collector's edition, which gave a whole bunch of stuff. I wanted to say, it's often showing you stuff, but it came with some Vigor bottles and handyman. But with the game, also I bought this. With the game, it came with this art book, which has got many pictures on what the original thing was going to look like. I actually have a bigger version of this, but it's actually in German. I don't know German, but looks pretty cool. Anyway, back to the talking at hand. At the beginning of BIOSHOCK Infinite, it was clear the designs were changed during the process of making the game, as Elizabeth's design was from the demo. But as this kept going along, if you actually read the book, if you're able to get it, you notice that there's a lot of designs and stuff that Ken Levine wanted to make. But there has been a lot of complaints that Ken had too much on his mind and couldn't make up his decisions yet, and that, which is a major complaint that he's had through the years. But the problem was that the game couldn't work on, well, the hardware. The Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 couldn't handle this game's scope and grandness. Well, not grandness, but you understand. It was too big for the console's hardware to handle, so they had to scale it down a bit, and this is what led to the downfall to some people.
Hey, Miss Elizabeth.
Hello. Oh, this is wonderful. Well, come dance with me, Mr. DeWitt.
I don't dance. Come on, let's go.
Why? What can be better than this?
Huh? How about Paris?
Paris? I don't understand. How could we get there?
That's where that airship's going, but if you want to stay and dance, we can...
No, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go right now.
Hey, listen. Miss Elizabeth.
Hello. Oh, this is wonderful. Well, come dance with me, Mr. DeWitt.
I don't dance. Come on, let's go.
Why? What can be better than this?
Huh? How about Paris?
Paris? I don't understand. How could we get there?
That's where that airship's going, but if you want to stay and dance, we can...
No, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go right now.
Hey, Miss...
Hello.
Miss
Oh, this is
Elizabeth.
wonderful. Well, come dance with me, Mr. DeWitt.
I don't dance. Come on, let's go.
Why? What can be better than this?
How about Paris?
Paris? I don't understand. How could we we get there?
That's where that airship's going, but if you want to stay and dance, we
No,
can...
let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go right now.
It was shown that basically there was a lot more designs in the book and concept art for what they were originally going to be. A lot of people wanted this game instead of the one that we got, which I'm not really a big fan of their ideas. I really like the BIOSHOCK Infinite, and the demo is a bit of a missed opportunity, but it isn't the worst. It's beautiful, this game. It looks great, the original version, but the version that we got still is really good. It might have a bit of a plot hole, but I never really saw the plot hole. The game is just this thing. During 2012, there was an alpha version of the game, showing off with some of the elements toned down, with some of the elements being pulled back even. So basically, the game was instead of being a PlayStation 4 title, it became a PlayStation 3 title, and a lot like the first BioShock. It didn't go grand. It went back a little bit slower. It was too ambitious, basically. All this animation is basically stuff that was changed, all the way up to the release date. Calavina has mentioned about stuff that was changed, and this is what people admit is not the best part that makes Infinite good. I love Infinite; it's my favorite BioShock game, but people really wanted this demo more. When I'm just gonna say, I still love Infinite, and it's my favorite game of all time. So shouldn't be harsh to it. I leave you on this. As I will take a break from the BioShock reviews, I shall leave you with my favorite clip of Elizabeth and Booker.
Back in the land.
Hey, miss... Hey, Miss Elizabeth!
Hello. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, come dance with me, Mr.
I
DeMint.
don't dance. Come on, let's go.
Why? What could be better than this?
How about Paris?
Paris? I don't understand. How could we get there?
That's where that airship's going, but if you want to stay and dance, we
No,
can...
let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go right now.
So yeah, that's basically what I have to say about the game. It's clear that basically a lot of people wish that the game was like this, and I kind of am with that, but the game that we got, I still love it. It is my favourite game, and I was really excited to continue talking about it. I did review the other BioShock games. If you've seen my review for the first game, you know I like that one, but not as much as Infinite, and for the second game, you know that I am not well, I wouldn't say I hated it, but I just wasn't as big a fan as the other ones. Even those people say that one is better than this one. As in for other things that we shall do, I actually decided if I was going to do Maneuvers Day, I might do that next year. I wanted to basically make this for December, so it was a full-on yearly thing of BioShock. But I've also decided to ask one of the members, Fraser Robertson, if this actually is going to be basically a reviewing of the God of War games, as I wanted to basically branch out besides from doing video game reviews of BioShock. I wanted to see if basically anyone else wanted to review the games that they liked, like I've done in to review Sonic. Anyway, I'll see you for the Christmas special, and I hope you all have a happy New Year. And remember, if you don't bring the girl, you don't wipe away your debt.